Everyone says the same thing. Once you're an adult, once you are older than 15, 16 years old, it is impossible for you to learn another language. Or if you learn another language, you will never speak it as well as a kid that learned that language. I do not agree with that. Why? Well, adults, we have a superpower when it comes to learning new languages. Hello everyone. Welcome back to English on Autopilot. And I am super excited for this video because today I am talking about a superpower. A superpower that we all have as adults. And this superpower is so strong, so powerful with learning languages. It is crucial. It is vital. It is necessary. If you want to speak English really well, you have to do this. You have to use your superpower. And what is your superpower? Well, your superpower is reading. That's right, reading. But when you read, and when you start to read is very important. I know all of you are thinking, oh, reading, of course, we knew it. We knew he was going to say reading. And no, it's not because I love reading. There is science behind this. There has been research behind this, how important reading is to learning a language. But you cannot just read a book. No, there's a way to read. There's a way to read that I'm going to explain in this video that is going to help you acquire the language, and it's the same as this listening. With comprehensible input, because reading is comprehensible input, is the same as when you watch my videos. You do not need to wonder, why is the sentence like this? Why did they use this word and not a different word? Is this word spelled right? No. When you read, it's just like when you watch these videos. You just need to follow the story and understand the story. Because while you're reading, and the key, like you listen a lot, you need to read a lot. And as you read a lot, your brain is seeing and taking in, it is taking in thousands and thousands of sentences that are correct. Now, what does this do? 1, reading improves your vocabulary a ton. You're going to know and understand even more words. Just like in your native language, the more you read, the more you understand, the more words you can use when you speak. If you don't know what a word means, if you don't know how it's used in sentences, you will never use the word correctly. Also, this is how you understand, not learn, no, how you understand the grammar of the language. Again, you are reading thousands and thousands of sentences that are correct. That are correct. The writer and the editors, the people who check to make sure everything is correct in the book, you are reading correct grammar. You are reading edited grammar. Everyone knows it is correct. And you are absorbing it. All of a sudden, you're going to use sentences when you speak, when you write, without thinking of the grammar, but it's going to be correct. And that's thanks to reading. The goal with reading is to read extensively, meaning a lot, and different things, different authors. Also, not intensively. You're not supposed to sit there, okay, I understand, I don't understand this word. Let me stop and look it up. No. Now, if you have a Kindle or an e-reader that has the dictionary in English, okay. But I try not to use a dictionary when I read. You want to learn the word in context, just like in these videos. If you don't know every word, you know enough words to understand the context. Now, this brings me to my next point. How do you choose a book to read? Well, first, let's make sure you're ready, because there is a danger, a danger with reading. Just like a superpower, has anyone seen the movie Spider-Man? Spider-Man? His aunt tells him, with great power comes great responsibility. You need to be careful. The best time to start reading is after 600 hours or even more. Why? You need to understand very well. Your brain needs to acquire the pronunciation of the language. If not, you will be using the pronunciation of your native language when you read. It's natural. Another thing that I think is super helpful. When you start reading, if you pick a book, look online to see if there is an audiobook. And listen or look in YouTube and listen and read along to understand the pronunciation, especially in English, where spelling can be difficult. It's a good idea to use this technique called shadowing. Listen while you read. It's very helpful. Okay, you're ready to read. You have 600 hours or more, and you want to pick a book. What do you start with? Do you start with the Odyssey? No, not yet. Slow down. You will get there and read the Odyssey, but not at the beginning. The best thing is to find graded readers to start. Why? Well, they are written for learners, and you can pick your level. You can start at the lowest level, which is okay. It's okay to read something easy. And move up. A1, A2, B1, B2. And then I recommend children's books. I know. When I started to read in Spanish, I thought, I'm ready for novels. I'm ready. But they were difficult. And I went back to read children's books. Books for 10, 11-year-olds, even younger, 7 and 8-year-olds. And do you know what happened? I learned a ton of words, because I knew almost every word in every sentence. I knew the context. The context was there. When you choose a book, if you're not sure if the book is too difficult, I want you to try this. Go to a page in the book, any page, and read the page. And count how many words you don't know. If you see more than 5 words, more than 5, 6, 7, the book is too difficult. The best way to get better at reading and to acquire the language is to read something where you know at least 95% of the words on the page. At least 98% would be even better. Because all the words on the page, you are understanding, you are solidifying, you are bringing those words into your vocabulary. And the few words you don't know, you can understand because of the context. If the book is too difficult, if you don't know a lot of the words, it will be tiring and your head is going to hurt. We are trying to read a lot. So 98% is perfect. 95 is still okay. A goal. I think if you can read 10 books in English, you are going to read a lot better and you are going to speak a lot better. But I think the best thing to do is to measure the amount of words. A study was done in Japan with children learning English, with English students, not just children, English students learning English by reading. When they reached 1 million words, they were comfortable reading. They were very comfortable. When they reached 3 million words, they felt that they could read anything. It's a good goal to have. So, are you ready to start reading? If you're still listening and watching to get to 600 hours, that's okay. If you are reading and starting to read, put in the comments what you are reading and let me know. Let me know if you want videos of book recommendations for English learners, because I love to recommend books. So, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to keep watching more videos of comprehensible input right here with English on autopilot. And we will see each other in the next video. Bye.